Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you a fabulous spring garden done parallel style. The container, a cement block. It's not watertight, so I've lined it and then placed floral foam pre-soaked with flower food. It's ready to use with a variety of different flowers, so many different things. And then some fabulous items I foraged for right here in the neighborhood. Some Andromeda, Piaris, Lily of the Valley Bush, comes by so many different names. Wild ivy. We're not supposed to use ivy in Oregon, but I've got it. It was foraged and I love it, but I won't deliver it anywhere. Then some magnolia branches. Together, just grand. First up is the main lines of the design, using the magnolia branches, cutting it down, determining my length, using a sharp pruner. Maybe a second one, there we go. Then placing it in a second, keeping the lines parallel, treating them as trees growing up in the garden. Once the lines are in place, I'm going to go back and add my ground cover. So I have trees and ground cover. The ivy's perfect. Give it a cut, letting it drape over the side. Repeating it coming out the opposite side. Maybe a little bit of the Piaris. Breaking it apart and giving it a snap. Letting that too drape over, giving movement. Coming back to the opposite side. You don't want a flat garden. You want it to come forward and back. Maybe coming out a little bit more on this side. And one last piece. Coming up through the center and drawing the eye to the back. So I have my trees, I have my ground cover. Time to add the flowers. Thinking about how things grow in nature. Multiple levels, some at the top, some at the bottom, some in the middle. So coming back with some lisianthus. Adding a little bit of color. Keeping it with that parallel insertion. I want everything to look as though it was growing in my little fantasy garden. Even adding buds coming in, finding the perfect spot. And coming back, maybe I have roses in my garden, beautiful spray roses. Giving it a twist so he faces correctly. And for depth of color, some beautiful carnations. Keeping them down low. Maybe they're just peeking up. They're just starting to grow. A little bit taller. And then a third. Pulling your eye towards the back. And then double checking, have it forward, back, top, bottom, and add a few more blooms. For contrast, tucking in some tulips. These are the tinted tulips, so that they give you that brown, coppery hue. They're going to continue to grow, so making them be maybe a little shorter than the others, so that as they grow into the arrangement. Tucking it down and repeating. Adding that little intensity of color. Then coming around, maybe another rose, thinking I need just a bit more of the pink over on the side. Still keeping it parallel, growing up as the garden would. checking for carnations, lisianthus, what else do you want to add? And then, just for a touch of fun, thinking about the true garden, where there's always weeds, there's always things that are unexpected, and tucking in a weed, a little bit of eryngium, to add contrast and texture to the design. Creating this design is easy. You can use any flowers you like. I started with 2 stems of magnolia. Then I added the ivy and the pieris, 7 lisianthus, 5 spray roses, 2 of the tulips, 4 of the carnations, and just 1 stem of eryngium. So it's this and that to create your own fantasy garden. Working with the parallel placement and then grouping materials gives it a wonderful spring garden feel. You'll find more creative inspiration at our website, flowerschool.com. If you got questions, you can reach us through there or pick up the telephone and give me a call at 503-223-8089. Now it's your turn to create a garden. Gather your favorite materials, design away, then be sure to take a picture, post it on social media, and tag Floral Design Institute. That way we all can see what you do as you do something you love.